Hey, this is Aidan Booth here, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can create an automated follow-up message that can be sent to subscribers as soon as they sign up for your email list. Okay, so basically what these are is these are messages that are all automatically sent out however you program them to be sent out. So you might say, the moment someone signs up to my email list, send them an email saying whatever it might be, and then you could say, 3 days after that, send them another message. So that's what we're setting up right now. Now, the first thing is to make sure you've got the correct email list selected here, and we're using the Uncle Johnny's Pizza example, and we are coming into messages and follow-up series. Okay, and here you'll see you can create your first follow-up message. So I'm just waiting for this to load, and here we've got the basically design and creation of the email. Okay, so let's say, for example, that you're giving someone a bit of a incentive to sign up to your list, and the incentive that you're giving them is a recipe book. Okay, so you're giving them a pizza recipe book. What you might want to do in this very first follow-up is say, here's your pizza recipe book. And then we can just start writing the email. Now, the first thing I always like to do is say hi, and then I personalize it. So what we've got down here are different things that you can insert into the email. If you wanted to use someone's full name, so Aidan Booth, then you could select that one, and that's the full name tag. Okay, and if you wanted to use just their first name, as you can see here, it says first name, then we could use this one. So let's say someone signed up, perhaps his name is Peter, then it would say, hi Peter, and then you continue on with your message. What I like to do is, if it's the very first message, is just thank this person for taking the time to sign up to your email list. Okay, so thanks for, and I'll just write this out, and then we can analyze the key components of it. So what I've done here is I've created a simple little message, and I'll just work through it. So hi, and then we've got the special code for the first name, and then we just say thanks for signing up to get Johnny's pizza recipe book, and it should actually say Uncle Johnny's. Okay. The other thing that you'll notice is that all of the lines are very short here. When you're writing a normal email, you're probably used to doing it a little bit like this, so you don't cut the lines off at all. The reason we cut the lines off when we're doing these kind of email marketing messages is because people actually like to skim through messages, and it makes it much easier for them to skim through messages when they're only, about this length. All right. Now, the next thing that you'll see here is that we're saying, here's the download link. Now, remember, people were signing up to get Johnny's pizza recipe book. Okay, so I've said here, thanks for signing up to get Uncle Johnny's pizza recipe book. Here's the download link, and I've put the download link in there. Now, this is just a hypothetical link. If I try to open that, nothing will actually happen. I've also said right click and select save as. And then I go on to say, now that you're a subscriber, you'll also get access to subscriber-only discounts and promotions. So we're trying to show how we are providing more value to these people, and we're trying to let them know that from time to time we will actually email them. So here I'm saying, watch out for these. We'll send them to you from time to time along with other updates. Thanks, Johnny. Now, another thing we like to do sometimes is put a few spaces down below here. So typically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then another dot. Now, the reason we're doing this is because at the bottom of every email, there's a section which asks the subscriber if they want to unsubscribe. If that's shown right here, it's much more likely that they're actually going to do it because they're going to see it. But by doing this, by pushing that message down a little bit further, we're going to have less unsubscriptions. Okay, so that's a good thing for us. Once you've done all this, just click save, and then we can click next. And if you want to, you can track clicks. If you don't want to, then you don't need to worry about it. Okay, we'll just leave that on and we'll click Save and Exit. Okay, and that is the first message that's been set up, and that's going to be sent out immediately. We can see we've got a spam score over here. We can see how many people have opened the message, and we're ready to go. Now, the next thing that you might want to do is to schedule another follow-up message. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that now. And I'm just going to go follow-up series, and here we can see the follow-ups. And you can use a plain text message. That's what we used for the last one, or you can use a little bit more complicated, but other things that allow you to put in images, pictures, and things like that. For general purposes, we try to keep things as simple as possible, so the plain text messages are a good one. We definitely don't want to be coding our own HTML. So let's use this one, another plain text message. Okay. Now, this setup is going to be very much like the last one. The only difference is that down the bottom here, actually, it's not shown here, but I will show you on the next screen. So the subject line for this one might be something like, here's a 20% off voucher for your next meal. Okay, and again, we are trying to get people to open these emails. We're trying to provide value, and this is just a great way that we're going to be able to get people coming back to the restaurant or to your website, whatever it is that you're trying to do. So again, we can start off with hi and then their first name. And I'll just write this and then I'll explain what it's all about. So what I've done here is I've just written a very basic, short and sweet email that's giving people a special 20% off discount voucher, and that might take them to a page on your website where they can just download and print off a voucher, and it might be something that they can use, you know, anytime they come to your restaurant, or it might be something they can use just once, but you could put all of that information on the actual voucher. What I'm trying to show you here is just get the main point across of how this is all going to work. So here we're saying, as I mentioned in the last email, we'll be sending you special discounts, promotions, and other updates from time to time. So we're just saying, again, you know, expect to get emails from us. Today we wanted to give you a 20% off voucher for your next visit to Uncle Johnny's Pizza. You can download your voucher here, and then we've got the special link, and we're saying just print off that voucher and bring it in with you on your next visit. Thanks, Johnny. Okay, and then we've got again the company name and the website name down the bottom here. And I can then click Save, and I'll click Next. And this here is where it differs ever so slightly from the last message. Now, this is the interval between when the last message was sent and when you want this message to be sent. Okay, so you might say you want this sent 3 days after the previous message. And if you want to, you could get even more advanced, and you could say that you want this to be sent only between 6 a.m. and 3 p.m. Okay, something like that. And you could say send messages based on each subscriber's local time. And if you wanted, if you had a whole sequence of messages, then you could apply these settings to all of the messages. Now, in most cases, I don't worry about this too much, but it can help. I mean, depending on what your business is, you know, you may want to send messages at certain times, or you may identify that after doing some testing, after watching your results, that some messages get opened more than others, and you might find out that it's because of one of the different times that you've got here. Now, normally, if you're running a local business, you probably don't want a message to be sent out at 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so you might want to set it to between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m, for example, or 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. This here is not too critical. It's not going to make or break your email campaign. I just wanted to show you that it is available there to you. Okay, and then you can click Save and Exit. All right. And what we're going to do now is here we can see this is going to be sent 3 days after the previous message, and this is going to be sent out immediately. Okay, so we're actually going to go ahead and test this now, and I'm going to do this just by coming to this form and putting in my name, and I'll put my email address in here and click sign me up. And I'm asked to put in the little image here. I'll click submit. And we're automatically taken to this page saying you're almost done, activate your subscription. This is something we can actually change. If we wanted to customize this page, the way we do it is we choose the list from the drop down menu, and we come to list options, list settings, and just down here, actually on this one here, confirmed opt-in, we could put a special URL in here. Okay, and if we did that, then that would send people to that specific page. Because I haven't put anything in there, we're just getting taken to this default page. Okay, what I'm going to do now though is I'm going to actually go and check my email to see if I've received the confirmation email from Aweber. So I'll come and do that. And we can see a few different messages here. One says that the verification message was approved. This is one that I set up in a previous video, so that's good. And then here we can see another message that says, please confirm your subscription to Uncle Johnny's Pizza. And the sender is Uncle Johnny's Pizza. Okay, so we set this up. You can see that the sender for this one is Aweber. Okay, the sender for this one is GoDaddy. Okay, so let's just open this up, and we can see this is exactly as we customized it. We've got the link here which we need to click, and then it just continues on down the bottom. So I'm going to click that, and here it says your subscription has been confirmed, please check your email. Now before I check the email, I just want to show you one other thing. If I come to sign up forms, and if I come to edit this one, if I come to the settings, if I wanted, I could customize the page that we've just been taken to. So instead of being taken to this default page here, we could send people to a page on our own website if we wanted to. We could create a custom page, and we could say unclejohnnyspizza.com/thanks. Okay, and that could be the URL, and we could set that up a little bit more customized, but the basic version is completely fine for what we're doing here. So now that I have confirmed the email, we should have automatically received that first follow-up message that we set up. So let's actually have a look at this. And here it is, Uncle Johnny's Pizza, here's your pizza recipe book. Okay, now a couple of things to note here. This is the link that we set up. Now the reason that it looks a long link like this is because we've said that we want Aweber to actually track that link. So that funny code in there is because Aweber is tracking the link. If we wanted, we could turn that off by coming into the follow-up series and just editing it. So we could come in here and we could say, well, we'll click next, and we'll click don't track clicks on the links, and we'll just save that. And then if and we could do the same on this one here, and then if someone actually signs up, they'll see the URL will look like this instead of looking like the other long one that we got. Okay, now this page isn't set up, so if I click on it, it's not going to take us anywhere. Okay, it's just a new domain name which hasn't got anything on it, but that could be the place where you're giving people the download link for the recipe book or whatever it is. But anyway, that hopefully shows you how you can set up different follow-up messages from your Aweber account. One last thing that I want to show you here, if we come to subscribers and manage subscribers, you'll see that there is one subscriber now. So we can see that this is my test subscription. You've got my email here and the time that I subscribed. If I actually click on this, we can get even more information. So we can see that the last message that I received was message number 1. Okay, we can see that I filled this out when I was in France. Okay, so you can get a little bit more information about your subscribers in there as well. But anyway, that there really wraps up how to send out and how to create your first follow-up messages.